we spoke to Nick from the Sheffield United Way podcast, and the one thing he says to me was, you do not want Lundstram breaking forward and shooting. And Derek, by God, let's actually talk about Lundstram, right? Right away, he was written off by, well, I don't want to say all the support, but a good chunk of the support he was written off. Do you think he's starting to change people's minds?
Yeah, I mean, I hope so, because I think his performances the last few games have been excellent. He's went from playing a team that's never get the ball to a team that always get the ball. That's going to take a lot of adapting and changing in how he plays. He also needs to win every game, not just keep the score down, if we're being honest. Do you know what I mean? So that's a big change for him. Changing where he lives, as well. So usually British players don't get the kind of time that foreign players do, because, they're just moving up the road and blah, blah, blah. But you don't know what's going on, you know what I mean? So I think that now we're into October now, we're starting to see the John Lundstram making, a positive impact in the team. And I hope that continues, because he's a good player. He's got all the attributes. He's fast, he's athletic, he can tackle, he can keep the ball simply. Again, we don't need him to go and skin people and put it in the top corner. We've got other boys. Ross is saying that we do need a player. I just don't think John Lundstram is that. And the reason why Gerrard can't buy one is they cost 10-15 million.
Yeah.
If not more. I mean, who I'm thinking about a number 8 that can go and bang goals in, and I can't even think of one that's in our price range. Do you know what I mean? Never mind. I know that we've got a full scouting department for that, I totally understand, but there's no one jumps out to me that we could afford who could go box to box and bang them in. You know what I mean? You're talking 30-40 million for these guys. So I think a wee bit more time is needed with Lundstram, and our support are just terrible at times for writing people off straight away. Yeah. It really frustrates me. At least give the guy at Christmas before you start booing him or something. But I think he'll kick on from now. I think he's gaining confidence in his performances, and I think he'll be a big player for us going forward. Fingers crossed.
I listen, 100% agree. Kerr, what's his best position for you then? Is it that Davis role?
That's really, I don't know if he played it. Did he not play for forward with Sheffield United? I wasn't really watching a lot of
Sheffield
Sheffield
on the
United.
right side there, free.
He was kind of like a breaker up a play, kind of press off on the right hand side.
Yeah, I think when he's playing the last couple of games, I think he's been fine. I mean, he's been breaking up play. I like it when he gets the ball and just does a one-touch passing, because he tries to keep it moving, and he always looks to go forward as well instead of going sideways at times. And I think, like the guys were saying, he's physical, he's athletic, and he's a big boy. Do you know what I mean? And he does try a shot, to be fair to him. Granted, most time are off target, but he does try a dig, which, to be fair, that's what people are shouting, shoot. So he tries it, but might not hit the target, but he's trying. But I think if we give the boy time, because he's still learning his ways in Scottish football, it's a different game altogether for the English Premiership, the English Championship. Plus, like Derek said, he's moved up with family and stuff. Like, I know it's only for Sheffield, but it's still a bit of adjustment and stuff. So I think once he settles in, he'll offer us a bit of difference in the middle of the park someday. We'll need fresher legs as well, and it gives maybe Stephen Davis more time to recover for games.
Yeah. I mean, last season, Davis at all when Jack was injured, you couldn't give him a rest at all.
Yeah. I know.
We're playing a team that's, we're second in the league before this weekend, I'm sure. Or third, sorry. So you can then put Lundstram in there, and we've still won. Now, it's been fantastic, but we've still won. We did need Davis to come on and control it, but we've still rested Davis against the third place team in the league.
Yeah.
Won. You know what I mean? You couldn't do that last season. Davis had the game, so it's probably a big compliment for Steven Gerrard that he's even doing that. At home to Hibs in a must-win game, get into the international break. If we lose this one, we go to 3 points. It's a murder 2 weeks. So he's trusted Lundstram, and for me, he delivered today. What age is Lundstram? What age is he?
26 or something. 26 or something like
that. You know what I mean? He's still young-ish in the game, so he's still got room to grow and improve. I think he'll be a smart player for us. I just feel good about him. He's got all the attributes.
Well, I mean, technically another year, Ross, and that'll be him coming into his prime, another year, a year or two.
I think, as I said earlier on, and Derek kind of alluded to it, he's learning to play a whole different style of football. He's used to clinging on, and there's times when he'll just get the ball long, get the ball 70 yards up the park into a channel and hope somebody chases it, to he's got the ball, he can take 5-6 touches. And I think that's what Kerr's talking about. Like, he's used to playing for a team where he's getting battered every week, so he's got to play the ball quick and hope somebody will come. Whereas with us, he's going to have to learn how to keep possession, how to turn over the ball. Plus, also the way we play is very fast-paced. I can't imagine Sheffield were playing with the same sort of effort and quickness and movement and interchanging that we were playing, because they weren't ever attacking.
Nah, true. Just a couple of comments. JM, if Borna puts one cross like that in every game, that is good for me. Thomas, I think Lundstram can be that player when he's more confident in a Rangers jersey. I think talking about playing in that Davis role. Curry Muncher, he was written off as he was playing pish, tends to happen. He has improved, but still needs a little bit more. That's a wee bit harsh, Curry. That's a tiny bit harsh. Derek, Leon Balogun, again, well, I think he's been our best centre half this season. Well, especially obviously with Hollander going out injured.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, he's no Philip Hollander, but who is? You know what I mean? And Golson's obviously been off form. I thought he was excellent today. I thought he was driving the team forward in that second half. He was taking the ball and going over the halfway line, which was needed because it was dragging a striker and then a midfielder out of position and was creating more space for our forward players. So, I'm very impressed with him today. And to be fair, he has been good all season. Probably kicked him on the Celtic game when he played out of position when no one thought he was going to. And he was a stormer, you know, so he's really feeling the confidence. This guy's a good player, international football player. I'm not surprised, but again, he's no Philip Hollander, but nobody is.
Just finally on the players' care, Bacuna, right now, I hope I don't jinx this here, right? And he's not had much game time. He's only had 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there. He looks a real player for me.
Very neat and tidy, isn't he? He holds it, good control of the ball, and he looks like he can play the way across the front and middle three, so he can even play further forward or something, I imagine. But he's just one of these players we're going to have to wait to see what he can offer, because you need to give him games, and it's getting games in the Rangers, because Steven Gerrard's used to picking these usual culprits in the middle of the park. Sometimes he maybe changed it more this season than he has over the last couple of seasons, but he looks decent to me. He maybe needs more game time just to see what he's all about, but he looks neat and tidy in the ball. He doesn't really give it away that much. And I thought the other night he was actually okay in Europe to he come off. He wasn't. I'm not saying he was setting the head on fire, but he looked comfortable out there. So we just have to wait to see what he's all about.
What's your thoughts, Ross, on Bacuna? I mean, it just, for me, he just looks at somebody who will play that 40, 50-yard pass right to somebody's feet. He looks confident, good on the ball. Just looks all round a good buy.
The pass he played midweek for the centre of the park, a kind of reverse right down the wing to Tav, it was Scott Allen-esque. That's how good that was. It was nearly as good as Scott Allen, just not quite. But it looks as if he's going to be a good player. Every day that you've kind of heard speaking about him for his previous club and the obligatory YouTube montage, he looks as if he's got that wee spark in him. It'll just be a case of getting him up to speed. And again, he's playing for a team now where you've got 3 guys ahead of you that are all running and interchanging. So it'll become, we obviously train, Derek will know better than me being a coach, but we must train patterns of play so that becomes second nature, that he's going to go there, and you can fire the ball through the middle. So that's all worked on. So that's something that it will take him a bit of time to pick up speed on who's going to be where and when they're going to be there. But going back to the Balogun, there was a point today where Martin Boyle faced him up one-on-one right in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
Balogun's got the space, the speed to be able to go there and meet him, and ended up winning the tackle. Yeah. I don't think Hollander, Golson, Simpson, I don't think any of them stopped that. Yeah. Boyle's clear through on goal. So he's done really good, really impressive. As Del said, he's come in for the Celtic game when nobody expected him, and it's as if he's took a lot of confidence for that. And now that he's playing in his own position, as you say, getting forward, even getting up the park, he's been a ray of sunshine on what has been a dark season so far for our defence.
That's very true. Well, just quickly, Stephen Ferguson, he's a £12 million player. Lundstram in England probably a bit more. That's true. To be fair, Balogun hasn't had much competition for best centre half this season. Cubby Cupstock, Lundstram is a brick wall. And I've lost it. Where is it? There we go. 150 years unparalleled success. Bacuna is a baller. Derek, what's Bacuna's position for you in that midfield?
I've not seen him enough, mate, to really put my hat on that one. But I would say that I don't want to say a luxury player. I'm not saying he's a luxury player. He does work hard, but I think you would need almost like Lundstram and Kamara in that middle 3 to see the best of Bacuna. Somebody to do the graph for him. Somebody to give him the ball and go and find feet and make that happen. So I think it's a low risk signing for me, you know what I mean? If he makes it, he doesn't. If he makes it, brilliant. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I think Gerrard's probably brought him in case we lost a couple of players for me. and then we'd have that squad being bolstered with that extra numbers. Midfield was really short at times last season when we got a couple of injuries, so it was good to have that extra body in. Again, I've not seen enough of him to be convinced or to be put off, but he definitely has the skills, and he kind of like the way he plays, you know what I mean, the way he controls the ball, moves it on.